Good evening, Micro Galaxians. It's Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, and the April Fool before you today is Cole, myself, and this is episode 6 of the Micro Galaxy Squadcast, the internet's only show dedicated to all things Micro Galaxy Squadron. You can find audio episodes on podcast services, and videos are always available live and on demand on YouTube/Micro Galaxy Squadron or over on Kevin's Micro Fleet channel. As always, Kevin, the second fool, here with me tonight.
What's happening, everybody?
What's up, man?
Hey, it's good to be here on April Fools.
Yeah, are you a big April Fool's guy?
No,
I'm not either. I think everybody's got an opinion. I'm sure not everybody.
Oh, hold on a second, Cole. We've got somebody that's actually listened to the podcast a couple of times. Welcome, Dave.
Man,
Thanks for
I'm
listening.
so glad you're here tonight because the audio probably not the best representation of the show since we throw up so many images that we're discussing, hold up toys. I don't think that's probably my first choice for people to listen to, but people got lives. I listen to podcasts in the car. One podcast I've been listening to, Pod of Rebellion. Have you seen this, Kevin?
What is that? No.
Most of the cast of Rebels are doing a rewatch podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
If you're a Rebels fan, or especially if you've never seen Rebels, check out Pod of Rebellion. It is the voice actors for Hera, Sabine, Ezra, and a host. It's great. It's fun. I had started rewatching right before their podcast went live. I'm working my way through it with my almost 5-year-old for the first time. He is in love with the show, also in love with Sabine, and it's been a blast. But yeah, Pod of Rebellion has helped fuel that rewatch a little bit. It was a great timing. It also threw me over the edge to crack open the HasLab Ghost.
Oh, nice. You finally opened it, huh?
It has been in my garage since Christmas Eve.
Wow, no kidding.
And I finally did it. I don't know what. It just on this rewatch decided to pull the trigger, open it up. And Kevin, that thing's big.
Yeah, I was going to say, how big
is it? It's as big as my child. My not even a toddler anymore, just my son. The box is as tall as him. The toy is almost as tall as him. It's nuts.
Really? That's crazy.
It's very, very cool. But yeah, we've talked about this before. It's really cool. Love seeing it in hand. The figures are great. Big figure guy. We'll talk about that in a second. But you know me, I'm into figures. Hasbro doesn't love. It's been a long time since they've done animated style figures. They did.
I really like the animated style.
Yeah, they've done 5 points of articulation figures in the past. They had the Clone Wars line that was stylized, but ever since they brought TVC back in the whole Life of Black series, it's all been realistic interpretations of those characters, and it kind of bums me out a little bit because while these figures look amazing, there's also a little like uncanny valley weirdness with them.
Agreed.
You look into them and it's like, this is the character I know and love, but it does not look like the character I know and love.
No, it's the same with I've got the Black series. I got the whole crew from Black series, and Kanan just does not quite. Kanan and Ezra just don't quite look right. Sabine actually doesn't look bad, and Hera isn't that terrible either. But
so check out Pod of Rebellion. We love Rebels.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Fans of Rebels. I have some hot takes about Rebels, but and how great it is. But are you a big April Fool's guy?
No.
You said no. I'm not either.
No.
I think I'm I think people at work would say I'm a pretty funny guy.
Yeah.
But April Fool's has never been my thing. I don't think it's there will be no weird posts for me on my accounts. So if you're ever wondering, but plenty of people in the Facebook group dropping crazy things. I'm sure all the people in the group that are 40% of the Facebook group that's English as a second language are very confused and think that there's Sabine ties everywhere and Bigs are showing up in store shelves and
at Big Lots,
all the other crazy things that people have fun with. But
yeah,
no, not totally my thing.
Agreed.
Kevin, anything fun show up for you in the past 2 weeks?
Dude, I've had a lot of fun stuff show up for me in the past 2 weeks. Yeah. I've got one of them sitting right here on my desk that I literally opened the box almost right before I logged onto this.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I'll save the Micro Galaxy related stuff, but today was a big day.
Okay. What do we got here? Is it the Punisher?
Got a couple of these guys.
Oh, nice.
Speaking of animated figures, filling out the animated crew.
What are those?
Those are 5 POA figures from around the like kind of between Force Awakens and Last Jedi.
Okay, gotcha.
They're fun. They look great. You might need a stand to have them stand up. Got a package from Japan.
Nice. That's Han Solo?
Yep, the new version, Han Solo Classic.
That does.
He's got a new. It's the same figure that I already have, but he's got a new face sculpt. So it was worth. It was worth picking up a second one. You know, Bandai has been sort of re-releasing all of their figures. It's nuts.
Yeah,
but I'm a sucker, and I've been buying them all. Again,
nice
at $70 a pop plus shipping.
Yeah, good for you, man.
But you will see. Maybe you'll see there. Come on, focus.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
So this guy, older one. This guy, newer head sculpt.
Yeah, the newer one does look better. He's got a little smirk on his face.
He does. He does have quite the smirk, and they're awesome. They're so good. I'm a. If there's anything I love more, I'm not going to say more on a Micro Galaxy Squadron podcast, but if there's anything I love as much as Micro Galaxy Squadron, it's import figures.
Nice.
Love Mafex, love Figuarts.
Yeah, you know, one thing I'd love to get into, but I just can't quite pull the trigger on is the hang on a second. Is the 1/6 I think it's the Mezco.
Or 112.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Mezco 112.
Yeah.
Tell you what, man, that's a
they've got a Daredevil one, like the yellow and red one, the original one.
They're hit or miss for me. Like, a lot of people love Mezco.
Jeez, man, what do you got there? You got
they released Chewie. Listen, it was a big month.
Yeah, I see.
It was a big month. This Chewie has a new head and has hands that have binders on them. That was worth picking up again, I guess, when you're a sucker.
No, that's serious. What else you got there?
Last non-Micro Galaxy thing. Just one more import. Toby.
Oh, nice.
Mafex Toby finally came out.
That's sweet.
And then, there were some Micro Galaxy surprises. So,
yeah, for sure.
Pretty fun day, fun week. I don't know if I'd say fun. I haven't had time to even crack most of these open. I got Han out, and that was it.
Yeah.
Getting dinner on the table and trying to get everything done, wrap up things for the show. Wife's trying to get kids in bed. A little crazy before these shows, so I haven't had time to really take a look at it yet. But what anything cool non-Micro Galaxy show up for you?
Yeah, I've got 2. One review I'll be putting out tomorrow for the Cobra Commander, the G.I. Joe Cobra Commander, which looks pretty sweet.
On your channel, your Micro Fleet channel.
Yep.
The rare non MGS review on the channel.
I know. There's a couple of them on there. I'll throw up there just for fun.
Legends maybe on there. Is that right?
Yep, I've got a couple Legends figures, and then I've got this one that I found,
Wow.
Kane. I've been looking for this one for a long time since the new, Spider-Man stuff has come out,
That's
and,
nuts.
you
The
know, all they've had is Spider-Boy and, Chameleon at the
uh-huh.
one store that I go to, and I found this one, so it's like pumped. But yeah, beyond that and Cobra Commander, that's it. The
Now
Cobra
is this
Commander
the
is sweet.
retro Cobra Commander?
It is, yeah.
I sold all mine a while back and decided to keep myself from over collecting another line. I'll
Hmm.
go with the much, much smaller Super 7 Ultimates
Hmm.
for GI Joe. And
Nice.
once I got into a few of them, realized I don't know if this line is going on anymore. I think it might be
Hmm.
dead. So
Well, that makes it easy because then you can get
it
them
does.
all.
It makes it a lot easier to collect, but I think
Yeah.
I got in right at the wrong time. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had a wave that they like solicited or revealed, and
Hmm.
then it just never came out, and that was the last I heard on it. So
Hmm.
it might be dead. So we'll see.
Well,
It is what it is. I don't need
yeah.
more stuff to pick up because I'm full to
No,
the
for
brim with
sure.
Star Wars all the time. As you can see, apparently a degenerate. I shouldn't have shown you guys all that.
Yeah, no, I know the feeling, man. I've got a couple reviews that I pumped out over the past 2 days. I've got a few more coming now, so yeah, I mean, it's always kind of a bit of a mess. My office here behind me ends up becoming just a total explosion of everything as I try to shoot some of these reviews because I have to move everything over,
Yep,
and
yep.
yeah, I've got cords everywhere and stuff all
That's the
over the
life.
floors.
I barely shoot any content or videos anymore because of the space issue.
Yeah,
I
I
have
know
to
it's
tear
tough.
down the whole set, rearrange everything, to shoot stuff. And, yeah, TK, what happens when you're all out of space? Buddy, I've been out of space for years now, and somehow it's still working. You
You
just,
find more storage.
you add more boxes, and then when your garage is full, you build a shed out back and start putting stuff in the shed out back.
That's right. Yeah. No,
Um,
I'm in that boat hardcore here because I've got like 5 or 6 dioramas I need to do, and I've got all my action fleet stuff. That's why I shot that collection video
so you
because
could
I
take it all
knew,
down?
yeah, I knew I was going
Oh
to be
my
taking
gosh.
some of that stuff down, so I had to get that video in before I
I
pull it
I
off
would say
myself.
there's an alarming number of toy collectors and specifically Star Wars collectors that have
Hmm.
storage units,
Yeah. Oh
which
yeah.
is
I've seen it.
it's sad.
Have you seen Adams?
He has a storage unit?
He has a storage. He sent me a picture of
No,
it
I'd
because he
love to
pulled.
see, I'd love to see that walkthrough.
Oh
Let
my
me see your
gosh.
collection,
I don't
and it's
think you
just
can
Storage
actually
Wars.
I don't think you can actually walk into the storage unit. You can kind of
That's
like open it up
amazing.
and take something out and then step into it. But yeah, no, for sure.
That's amazing. There is something nice about, when you have little kids, you kinda go through a thing where they say, like, you rotate their toys. You
Hmm.
you take
Yeah, yeah.
toys that they've kinda stopped playing with for a while, you get those out,
Oh, you
have
rotate them?
have the new current ones out, and then you can put the old ones back out, and it's like it's new to them. They start playing with them
Yeah.
again. I feel like somebody needs to do that with me, where something I haven't looked at or touched in a while is just gone,
Hmm.
and then as I lose interest in something, somebody moves it away, a new box shows up, and it's all this stuff I bought 3 years ago, and I'm like, "Whoa," because
Nice.
I do get that feeling. I'll open up tubs, and I'm like, "I wanna open some of this now."
That's funny.
It's quite the
Yeah,
life.
when my
Our
kids
poor
when we
wives.
yeah, when we funnel stuff out for the kids, it typically doesn't come back.
That's the move.
Yeah.
That's the move too.
Although my
Um,
kids are a little older than where
yeah,
yours
yeah,
are,
yeah,
so,
for sure.
we can't trick them as easily.
So, tonight,
Yeah, tonight.
people have been enjoying the giveaways.
They have been
I would
enjoying the
say is an
giveaways.
understatement.
Yeah.
People have been having enough fun with the giveaways, myself included,
Mhm.
um, that they are now just offering to send us stuff to join in on the fun. The awesome people in this community and our regular viewers, there are people that just want to send things in for us to give away on the show, which is amazing. Yeah. This week, courtesy of Community Spotlight Feature Episode 1, Steve Hines, Facebook member, Darth Vader's Sith Interceptor from Series 5.
Yeah,
it's
super
very,
nice.
very, very cool ship.
Yeah, and super nice of Steve to donate that to the giveaway. Everybody needs to give him a high five online.
Yeah, jump in the thread. If you're in the Facebook group, jump in the thread and give him some love. Or he's here tonight, I saw. Give him some love in the chat. And while you're giving him love, maybe go close the chat for just a second and thumbs up the video while you're at it. Because I don't know how the algorithms work, but I know they work somehow. And I think thumbs up helps. So give the videos a thumbs up. We will give this away live in just a bit. We typically come up with a hashtag for this, and I floated a few earlier on Facebook. And right before we went live, I thought hashtag asthma would be a fun one, because what percentage of you guys could the lights got real dark when you did that, the camera. I don't know how many of you can spell that. So let's do man, what should we do? Do you have one? Does chat have a good hashtag for this Vader?
I mean, I feel like hashtag Vader seems like the easiest thing to do.
It is the easiest, but do we want to go with the easiest? I mean,
hashtag Darth Vader's Jedi Interceptor. Jedi Sith Interceptor.
Did you set up have you set up a page yet for this, for the giveaway?
I have got it. I'm just waiting on the hashtag here. Team. I've got it.
I actually kind of like this for some reason.
Okay.
We'll go Vader Fools.
Vader Fools. Hashtag Vader Fools. All right.
Hashtag Vader Fools. This is. I'll tell you when it opens, because we've got to accept entries first.
Well, do you want me to just click it right now? I got it in there. Hashtag Vader Fools. VADERFOOLS.
As always,
start.
Capitalization does not matter.
4 entries are already in there.
You can only enter one time. As of now, it is accepting entries. Hashtag Vader Fools.
8.
This is
17. 21.
This is not an April Fool's joke.
26. 35.
Not an April Fool's
42,
joke.
50.
Here's the prize right here. And this one, interestingly
60.
enough, closed wing for some reason in the package.
Oh, nice.
This guy's popped open. This guy's closed.
Oh, yeah, I've got the ones they're open on mine. Oh, nice. Cool. Wow, 76, 80.
Going nuts.
We're at 82.
Let's see. We got about 130 something people online right now watching. That's awesome. We'll see a tall order to beat the like 215 something.
I know.
Simultaneous viewers that we had for quite a while last episode.
Yeah.
That was nuts. We are
at 87, 88.
Very, very thankful for all the support that we've been doing so far. I've been having fun. I hope you guys have been having fun too. Slowly over time, maybe we will get better. But it has been fun.
Yeah,
that was it. I don't know what you're ready for. We will get better at this. No. We've been doing it a while. The show's been going since this year, but we've been doing this, maybe a year and a half, something like that. Kevin's been doing this
like
several
3 years. Yeah, like probably 3 years now. Yeah.
I'm just a baby in the streaming world. Just an imposter.
93. We're at 93 right now. So
what's up,
hashtag
guys?
Vader Fools if you have not put it in there.
Yeah, we will remind you guys at some point again.
Yes.
About that before we give it away. So this has been a 20-minute intro. It's okay. I think we can get things back on course here.
Let's do
Kevin,
it.
Can you tell us what's been happening on store shelves in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've had a handful of really cool things happen. I think first thing was Target Circle Week. I mean, this was one that was a bit of a surprise. I was somewhat shocked to see how big it was. But we had a number of things happen at Target Circle Week. So the N1 Starfighter finally was discounted to a clearance price. It was clearance down to like 750 or something like that, right around the turn of the year.
Finally.
And then it went back up to standard price. Then it dropped back down to 1050, and then it went down to 750, and then it went to 449. And if you went through and you were a Target Circle member, you could use the 30% off. And it's kind of hard to see here on this image. I just pulled this off of Facebook today. But if you can read that, it says 8 at $1.96. So the using the Target Circle and all of the clearance discounts, you could get the N1 for $2, which is a pretty incredible deal. I think the ship, to be perfectly honest, is awesome.
It's great.
Yeah, it's just one of those that's not like one that you're going to go out and get a ton of.
$2, less than half the price of a Scout class speeder blind box.
Yeah, you know what? It's a little bit. It's probably the same price as a toothbrush. It might even be cheaper than some toothbrushes.
And who needs those? When you could have another N1, you could have your 8th N1.
You could fill your entire Target cart.
This gentleman also bought a massive tub of applesauce or something. I wonder what the deal on that was.
Probably was more expensive than almost all of the N1s combined.
It doesn't look like a Hot Wheels. Maybe he dropped. Oh no, what does it say? It says fruit.
Yeah.
The content you guys are here for, checking out people's carts.
That's right. So
what a crazy good deal. I actually haven't had time to go out and search for any of these. I know that I believe Target Circle Week is over.
It is, yeah.
But the discount per some people still going on at some stores. You just don't get the extra off.
Yeah, the extra. Yeah.
So these things are gone. If you need to fleet build these, the time is now.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see some that were discounted to $4.50. So they were out there. But the other thing that came up too, and this was probably the most exciting thing for me, just because I really love the ATTE, was the fact that the ATTE was discounted to $14. And there was shipping on it as well. So you didn't even have to go to the store and try and chase it down. You could buy it right off the app and have it shipped to your home. Same thing with the Ghost at $25. According to shipping to Target received, wow, 54,000.
For our audio listeners, DC Metro, our resident shipping info savant, is saying Target received a little over 54,000 N1s since this time last year.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's a lot of N1s. Now
that is a lot of N1s.
That's some of our like only info into how many of these are actually out in the wild.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen any data like that. That's pretty incredible.
When we see give us another number. Throw on another number. How many Genevex were out there?
Oh my gosh.
I told somebody
1 million.
Somebody was bringing it up this week, and I mentioned I feel like somebody at Target accidentally added an extra 0 to how many they're supposed to be ordering.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, that sounds about right.
So, a ship
31,840 bongos? No way. Is that real? Is that real?
Is that a joke? I mean, it's probably not. I assume that's accurate.
Those clearanced out at $8. I got a couple of those at $8.
Yeah, that's nuts. Now we have some kind of idea. Now I'm sure more popular vehicles that are available at Target, Walmart, things like that. Yeah. I'm curious if those are getting closer to 100,000 or if we've got 80,000 of those out there.
Yeah, for sure. And then the other thing that happened on the retail news front was on Amazon, the TIE Bomber popped back up for a period of time. And I think you have some numbers on that, right?
Well, I do. I'm not sure if we're allowed to I'm not sure how that works with the
Oh,
numbers
okay, never mind. So
on the back end of
we can't
Amazon.
talk about that, but there were a lot. There were
But
more than a few.
yeah, for it went on a stock pretty quickly. Obviously, it's a super desired chip. I think they ship sometime in April, end of April, I think is when they were expecting them to ship. But it was more than a few. A lot of times these things pop back up and it's like, okay, they're gone in 2 seconds.
Mhm.
And who knows how many were there? Did 3 or 4, or did they have like a case of them?
Yeah.
This time, even though they were there way less than an hour, I mean, it was probably around 30 minutes, something like that.
Mhm.
Maybe 20 minutes since I saw it. I know they were up a little while before I saw them. Yeah, it was more than a handful. It was at least, just from my numbers, what I can see, there were around, just on my side of things, it was a number that rhymes with like blue hundred.
Nice, very good
Blue
one.
hundred of
Blue
them
under yeah.
sold for the Series 4 TIE bomber
Now, the
on
one
mine.
thing we
So
will have to
whoever else,
say
I'm sure that got passed around other places. So who
sure.
knows how many they had, but it was several hundred of them.
And now that we're so anybody out there that can't find them, if you hang until a little bit later in the program, you might get an update on that information. So that's all I'm going to say on that. That is all that we have on the retail news front. There are some other things that happen too, and some other things we'll discuss as we keep going along. But yeah, I think that rounds it out, doesn't it? We've got
That's most of the retail stuff. I will say that
although
last
no, hold
episode
on a
we
second.
talked about
The planogram.
The Walmart stuff.
Yeah.
That has still been a pretty hot topic as
Yeah.
more and more people's Walmarts reset, and a lot of people find that Micro
I
Galaxy no
know.
longer has pegs
No
at their
longer has
Walmart
pegs.
store. It's still not every store. I don't even know if it's 50/50.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what's interesting, Cole, about that? Actually, thanks for bringing that up because I was at one of my local Walmarts and they've just now added in space for the T6, the Ghost, and they have the ATTE in there as well. Obviously, it's been in
mhm.
there for a while. But the one interesting thing about this, I'll pull this up here and then flip through the images. If you notice, look at the packaging on that. What do you notice about the packaging?
Are you alluding to, it looks like it's international packaging?
It is international packaging. So all of the ones that are there are actually the international packaging that has the duplicate series, whatever. And yeah, all of them are the same.
Oh, interesting. I didn't notice that on the ones at my store. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
and
have the picture. I sent you a picture of my store. I don't know if that's in there. Did a reset, and it has one peg for mediums, one peg for
mhm,
smalls,
yeah,
and then it has a spot for blind boxes,
mhm.
ATTEs, and the T6 shuttle, and the Ghost.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it sounds like your setup is the same as mine.
Um, way late to the party with those higher priced items that are full price right
Yeah.
now. It's going to be interesting to see how those do. Sometimes you just want to shake the people that are making those
Yeah,
decisions and
gosh,
say,
like,
"What
come
are you
on, man.
doing? You got these out months and months and months later than everyone else. You've got them twice the price as everyone else. What
Right.
what are you doing?"
I know. Yeah, and
Um,
so
they're
the
not gonna sell until they're marked down for the most part. It's
oh, they're
unfortunate.
gonna be.
But
Yeah.
I have talked to a few people that work there. I think the deal is, I think it's a sales and volume
Mm,
deal, like, depending on how well your store does with toys, collectibles, the vendor items and things like that, kinda back in the movies, they got one shelf. At TVC, same problem.
mm,
TVC is removed at the same stores.
right.
So the stores that do still carry them, I think there's a chance those might be in a position where if they do not continue to sell those items as they stock them, they might be in jeopardy of losing them as well.
Yeah.
So, it's unfortunate because I don't think they're gonna sell those higher priced items, and I really hope they get in some good Series 8 stuff quick.
Yeah. But I think even if they do, part of the problem with the Series 8 is you're only talking about, light armor. Oh, well, Scout class does sell really well, and I think historically Scout
Yeah,
class
people
has
come in and
sold
buy whole
really
cases,
well.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, your light armor class and your starfighter class, they're because you have such a small allotment, those will sell for sure. If they're only getting 1 or 2 cases of it, they'll sell through them. But if they're getting 5 or 6 or 10, they're going to have a hard time moving a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, DC Metro mentions the lightsabers take up too much peg space. I think I have 4 pegs of those stupid lightsabers in my store.
Yeah. Those things
It's
are so
insane.
stupid.
But now they've got to make room for mix mashers and epic hero big mech suit plus excitement toy.
Mhm. Yeah.
All these crazy things. 14 different brands of plushies.
Mhm.
I don't know what's happening, Kevin.
Yeah.
They have lost their minds, and these people are trying to. They've way overcorrected in trying to cater to kids, and
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with that. We'll see how that treats them. I think it'll swing back around,
Yeah.
in a quarter or two when they realize sales did not change at all, and they're actually much worse.
Yeah, I think it's interesting we talked some about that where the line gets phased out or whatever. I mean, Micro Galaxy Squadron, especially the Starfighter class stuff, generally sells really well and sells through for the most part. There's a few stores that I've seen that still have a bunch of shins on there, but for the most part, the Phantom and all of the rest of the stuff has
Oh
actually
yeah,
sold.
yep,
Now, there is so many Ninja Turtles things that don't ever move. I'm like, I don't understand. How do you not take some of that peg space
yeah.
and use it for something that is actually
Mattel's
moving?
paying them, I guess, to keep that shelf space up there.
Oh, I'm sure
But
it is, but it's
and again,
crazy to me.
it's a sky is falling kind of thing for some people,
Mhm.
but it's not just a. I always want to reiterate, it's not a just a Micro Galaxy Squadron issue. It's toys and collecting across the board. And I was joking earlier, but part of the reason you do see these changing shelves, different things like plushies, blind boxes,
Mhm.
little gimmicky things, is like that's what younger teens are buying.
Right.
Is
Yeah.
the strange gimmicky stuff. And yeah, a lot of the, some of the Motu stuff, the Turtles stuff, Jurassic Park stuff, a lot of that just sits there. You see a lot of the same Star Wars figures for ages and ages. It's not just Genevex starfighters sitting there
Yeah.
while
No.
those scenes in the movie where it shows a character just standing there as everything around them is in like a time
Mhm.
lapse,
Yeah, yeah.
behind them. It's not
No, for
Genevex
sure.
starfighters sitting there as the shelves just you know,
Keep
uh,
changing.
disappear and populate and new stuff comes in and out. A lot is just sitting there.
Yes, I have to agree with DC Metro here. Target has got to pick up light armor class. Especially
I
with what's coming, with what we're gonna talk about a little bit later with Series 9. Series 9 might be the
Yeah,
best series that's coming.
Amazon is gonna have trouble keeping this in stock.
Oh, yeah, for sure,
So
all of it.
I and this is something that I will probably bring this up next time we have a chat with Jazwares. I will once again bring up the light armor deal and bang the drum that with half the stores or however many of the stores dropping
Yeah,
Micro Galaxy, it was
combine it.
already so hard to get light armor as it
Mhm.
was. Now it's going to be even tougher. Some people have said in their cities they don't have any none of the planos in their city have
Dan, just
that
wait.
setup.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it later,
Yeah.
but they've got to do something. There's got to be another retailer in the game that can pick these up, and if there's not, you gotta
I
put
mean,
them in the
what do
same
they do
package.
with them?
My old thing.
That's
I don't want to
that's
harp
the
on it every episode. I'm
yeah.
not Yes, there may be things I don't know about, but it really feels like if you just combine those into one SKU,
Now,
every would have to carry them.
and so the probably the biggest question I would have is, does with Jazwares knowing that okay, Walmart is the only one that's carrying them now, they're only carrying them in half their stores or whatever. Do they adjust the quantities that are made of that item to be able to, because from my general understanding of this is
You'd
that,
assume they'd have to based on orders from retailers.
but when from what some of my discussions that I've had with some of the people in the past is that when they go to those sales meetings, they already have stuff in production. So it's not like they're going in and pre-selling the, Series 9 and saying, "Hey, we're going to get Series 9." That's already far enough down the line that it's likely in production. So, I mean, if that's the case, I don't know that that's the
Enter
case.
Ross and Ollie's.
Yeah. And I don't know that that's the case
For
for
real, I
sure.
think that's part of it.
But I mean, if you make, I don't know, what's one that came out here recently? If you make 50,000 E-Wings, Lieutenant Callahan E-Wings, and only 2 retailers have it, where are the other 30,000 going? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. But either way, I don't know if that's
My
the case.
guess,
It's just my
that
guess.
would be interesting, and I know, once, Celebration is over,
Mhm.
we will nothing is confirmed, but I believe we'll have at least somebody on, at some point from Jazwares, to chat with us after the Celebration craziness.
Yeah,
So we'll have all kinds of questions for him, but
absolutely.
yeah, I don't know if they do that in waves where it's like there's run 1,
Mhm.
and then they may do a second production run of them if they run them all at once, but,
Yeah,
you know, who knows? But it's
interesting.
very clear that they've gotta figure something out with, light armor.
Agreed.
It's an issue, and it's a shame because a lot of the coolest vehicles, the different TIEs and things
I
like that,
know. TIE fighter,
some of the coolest stuff
interceptors.
is in, that class, so you've gotta find a retailer that's gonna carry that
Yeah.
consistently.
And especially with the stuff that's coming too in Series 8. The Series 8 again is another one where it's like, man, this is a great troop builder
Yeah,
series,
yeah.
or a fleet builder.
And, for the hardcore people that are watching a, podcast, online about this one toy line, I don't think it's as big of an issue, but for casual collectors of the line or people who just dabble in it, if you go long enough without finding anything new in the store,
Mhm.
you're gonna lose interest so much faster if you can't find anything. It's just out of sight, out of mind. You're gonna
Oh,
stop keeping up with it as much as you were. You're gonna stop looking for it when you see the same stuff every time you go in. So I really, really hope that there is something they can figure out, and I will once
agreed.
again bring it up. I don't know, they have smarter people than myself, thinking about those
Well,
kind of things. So hopefully
maybe.
they can figure something out.
But yeah, that was a great comment here. We just want to be able to pre-order them. I mean, how sick would that be if we could pre-order waves? I said it years ago when the initial discussion happened with Vault. I will literally buy the next 10 waves without knowing what they are or when they're going to be produced right now, today. I'll buy 2 of each one if I don't have to go to the store and try and track these things down. Like that is, I am so deep into that, and I love that idea. Let's hope
I
that at
think a
some
lot of
point.
people feel the same. A lot of the hardcore collectors, in the community probably feel the same.
Now, if you are a collector and you are looking for chases and rares right now, Jazwares does have a deal going on right now, 30% off site wide. And this is great to have this pop up for those who have not picked up the Series 7 Starfighter or Light Armor or Series 6 Starfighter class. This is up. So, and the other one that's great is I think this was your screenshot, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
with the red and black squadron at $94 for that. I mean, are you kidding me?
That's such a good deal.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about $10 or $9.45 for each one of those
It's
vehicles.
barely more than just Red Squadron by itself, right?
Right.
At
And
normal
you're
price.
talking about that, that cost for the quality of the Red Squadron. I really, if they went a little bit lower, I would definitely
I
get
know.
another set because those are so awesome.
And every time this happens, there's a lot of groaning, and I
Mhm.
get it, but the nature of their cadence with a new drop every single month, it's gonna happen. Every time they've gotta run sales to
Yeah.
clear out old product. It's just gonna happen. And, do you wait? Do you see if it sells out? I don't know. At this point, I think starfighters are probably gonna stay in stock for several weeks until they do the next sale.
Yeah.
Light armor's a toss-up, you never know.
I know. And with this line, I will say for as collecting it as long as I have, you've got to strike while the iron's hot. Like I
Yeah.
would not let, especially light armor class, I would
Especially
not let
light
that
armor.
sit. I mean, I would pick that up. I
And
would pick that up
something I've been
quickly.
thinking about, just with all the Target Circle stuff is, I don't people are obviously free to do whatever they want with their own money, but there's
No, they're
gotta
not.
be
They have to do
people
it.
that, support the line at full price or the line goes away, and that's true for any,
Hmm.
people with TVC, Black Series, what Ninja Turtles, whatever it is. If people collectively stop supporting these and really right now retail and the pricing from these companies is it's training people not to buy things at full price.
Hmm.
But, with Vault, with the stuff on the shelves, there's got to be some people that just bite the bullet and support it at full price, or it will go away. And that goes for almost anything.
Yeah.
So
I think
I
generally it does. Generally it does, right? I mean, certainly with the Starfighter class stuff, I don't see that, but with the other larger items, for sure. I mean, you're talking about your Starship class, Dreadnought class, and whatever it is, Assault class. But to the same degree, again, it's kind of one of those. I think you said it best. Like if you don't support it at full price when it first drops, then yeah, I mean, it's going to be challenging to keep it going. To the same degree, it is such a massive machine that is running. So it's difficult. I think it's always hard to
Yeah.
know when where
And
to
and
go.
it's built in. I mean, they know things will be discounted and they account for that in a
Yeah.
lot of these. But yeah, I've been thinking about that as the whole collecting community out wider than Micro Galaxy is
Sure.
every new post. It's like, well, I'll wait for a sale. I'll wait for a sale. And
Yeah.
I get it. I do the same thing. But if everybody does that, we will not have cool toys on the shelves anymore.
Yeah. I'll tell you what
To
really
some
needs to go
extent,
on sale.
or they'll cheap out on us somewhere or they'll find a way to
Yeah.
account for it.
What they really need to put on sale right now is cats versus pickles blind bags.
I'm sorry, what?
You don't know about
No.
cats versus
No, no,
pickles?
no.
It's like a not like a plushie, but it's like a little bean bag thing it's a blind bag, and they all have different designs on it, and some of them are cats and some of them are pickles. You don't know until you get it. So
Huh?
yeah, that's it. Yeah, dude,
This
check it out,
sounds like
man.
a Gen Z thing.
Yeah, my kids are into it. They really
Yeah,
like them. So
or yeah, alpha.
yeah, there
Just
you
a
go.
reminder, we're giving away
Yes, we are.
a Darth Vader Sith
Hashtag
interceptor very
Vader
shortly.
Fools.
Hashtag Vader Fools will
There you
enter
go.
you.
If you haven't pumped
Capitalization,
that in there, go
not
ahead
an
and put it
issue.
in.
You can
Hashtag
only enter once.
VADERFOOLS. We're at 112 right now. 112. So let's keep this thing rolling along. So Vault, as we were talking about Vault, I think this is a good transition into
Keep the vault train rolling. Yep.
Yeah, kind of like this crazy thing happened. So I'm sitting around, I don't remember what the heck I was doing, and all of a sudden
After we talked about it on the last episode and said, "What do we think's gonna drop tomorrow?"
Yeah, and I
Nothing
get a
dropped.
message from one of our mods that was like, "Hey, series 7 is up." And I was like, "Hold
Not
on a
on
second.
Wednesday. We sat all through
No."
Wednesday and thought, "Oh, we spent 15 minutes talking about the vault, and then nothing happened."
And not
I
only
think
did
I
we
even
get
posted the meme of the guy poking the stick, like, "Do
Oh,
something,"
you did?
at the vault,
Oh, that's great.
and nothing happened that Wednesday.
And
But we
so
woke
the
up Thursday.
craziest thing is not only did we get 1 drop, but we got 2. We got light armor class and starfighter class, which is, super exciting that they dropped both of them simultaneously. I thought
Crazy.
that was a cool idea to some degree. It has me semi-concerned here about what's gonna happen moving forward, so I hope, fingers crossed, this would be, like, my major hope, is that the goal is to catch up to the actual releases that are coming so that there is the opportunity for pre-orders. Now,
I've
I
been
don't know
curious.
that, but that would be
This is
sweet.
bold. I do think
Yeah.
so. A few things here. Crazy to just randomly drop this
Mhm.
uh,
Agreed.
on a Thursday when every other drop has been on a Wednesday, and the cadence has been over a year now. We probably just passed the birthday of vaults last week or a
We
week,
did.
2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, I was just doing my taxes. It was
Yeah,
March 24th or something like
yeah.
that.
So as we crossed the 1 year anniversary, I believe this is the first. This is certainly the first Star Wars drop to not have had any promo at all, and
Mhm.
it just dropped a social media post in the middle of the day. No fanfare other than some posts, but say, "Hey, it's available now." And there's two of them on the day that no one's looking for it. No one knows to be looking for it. So you had to be online checking social media, really connected to find out that any of this was available. And I don't, looking at the numbers, um, I don't know if it worked out super well for them.
Mhm.
I mean, neither one of them sold out. So
Yeah.
it was fun. It may be just they've been posting stuff randomly, as we'll talk later for Celebration.
Mhm.
Every week they're posting new stuff. Sometimes it's a couple announcements per week.
Yeah.
But this was not my favorite thing they've done with this
And
because people see the drop and it's okay. We've
Mhm.
got a week. There's a countdown timer.
Mhm.
They know
Mhm.
exactly when it's going to go live. They know what's going to go live. And there's just a routine, and people know it. They are into it. It's like, okay, I'm going to get this week. I'm going to be there right when it drops, or maybe
Yeah.
this week I'm going to pass on it. This month I'm going to wait or wait for a sale, whatever. But to drop two of them like this was so crazy. I hope they don't do it like this again. For their sake.
Yeah.
I think it's more successful when they don't. I know Light Armor the next day or two after they had sold about half of them.
Mhm.
They had sold about 400 of the Starfighter class. So
Now, I do think it's the one challenge with Vault, which I think you hit on there, is the inconsistency with it. It certainly would be nice. I mean, we had a really good cadence going there with Scout class in 1 month, then Light Armor class, then Starfighter class, and it was kind of moving along like that at a reasonable clip. But then there were so many fits and starts. Like the
over the last few weeks, last few
first drop
months, it's
didn't. Yeah, I mean, if you go all the way back to the beginning, the first drop came out and it was some challenges getting it all to work. The website was all a mess.
yeah.
Then the next then you get series I think it was series 4 light armor class goes up early, and then series 5 goes up a few seconds late, and then series 6, and it's been kind of all over the place, and then they skip series 4 Starfighter. And it would be nice to have just
Whole
a
story with that
little
thing for
bit
sure.
of consistency with what it is that they're doing on Vault, just so it's a little bit easier for us to know what's coming.
Maybe they
Um,
think keeping people on their toes is is part of the fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I will say, whatever they do, whatever they're releasing, I do hope that they can stick to that schedule of, hey, Wednesday, this is what's coming next week, this time. There's a countdown timer. Everyone knows to show up that day, that time, pick up what's there.
Now,
But yeah,
I will ask
crazy that.
Cole, what do you think about the actual selection of the specific series? I mean, did you find these desirable between the two?
A wave as a whole.
Yeah, like if you're looking at the light armor class or the starfighter class, is this one where you were like, yeah, I want to have all of those?
Well, as someone who's been collecting at least one, usually multiples of these from the beginning, Armada is not for me.
Yeah.
So, there's a little every class size, both class sizes, every wave now. There's one that's just thrown in there that hopefully it's something that's a troop builder. But as
Yeah.
we've seen with them coinciding with the Revenge of the Sith, we've got Anakin, and then the next wave will have another one that's for Revenge of the Sith as well.
Yeah.
I don't think the Vulture droid was a bad idea. That's a great Armada release. I have a bunch of them, but people newer in the line, those were not easy to get with Series 4. So that was a good addition to it. Snowspeeder, Series 2 had interesting distribution. And I think there's people out there that probably needed that one as well. Plus, it's kind of a fleet builder. So I don't think these were poor Armada choices. They're actually pretty good Armada choices. But personally, for me, I already had several of them and didn't really need them. And now we're kind of getting into the thing where with Series 7, they did that thing where we get the rare or the chase are the same ship as something in the wave.
Yeah.
Which is not quite as exciting for me because it's a little more of the same. So the TIE Whisper is the destroyed TIE Whisper is barely different, if they could have changed the mold to accommodate the actual burn marks around the wing from the lightsaber, if it detached differently, if there was something else, or if it included a ray somehow, that would really shake things up.
For sure.
The rare has a ray in it and the other one doesn't. That would be nuts. So there's things they could do that would make it cooler, but yeah, as a whole, this one was okay. I mean, you had it there. The Phantom 2 is amazing. I mean, that's one of my favorites of last year. Did we already get these last year?
Yeah.
We had these in hand last year.
Yes, I think we did.
And I think it was in my top 10. Phantom 2 is amazing, but this was our first shot at getting the big one here being the Sunterfell Interceptor. I think that's the one everybody was going for. If they didn't have a Marok, it's kind of interesting. They're not in those ships very long. It's a one scene dogfight in space. They're cool. It's an interesting design, but I'm not over the moon about those snub fighters. Not snub fighters, but the fiend fighters. But the Sunterfell.
Yeah, I mean the pilot's pretty cool.
Very, very cool.
It's by far the easiest custom to do beyond the Emperor's shuttle where you just paint the gray stripe on it. But yeah, I mean, I think I would kind of agree with you on a lot of that. I just don't have a lot of interest in the sequel trilogy stuff. So having the 2 Whispers in there, kind of like, say C10's great to have one of. You don't need 2 of those. And then so there it is. Yep, the packaging again on this looks so freaking cool.
Let me get that in there. These were now both of these class sizes, great art. The other one had the T6 on there with the Purgle tentacles.
Yep.
Look at that planet. Whatever's happening with that planet is nuts.
I know. Yeah, the whole interior of the box looks amazing. If there's some way that they could get that on the outside would be even better.
Or can we get posters of these instead? Hey, I'm being for real now. I think I just stumbled onto something. You know, they put this tissue paper in here.
Yep. Now, Cole, I will say, if you
replace that tissue paper with a poster of the art, please.
If you deconstruct the box, like
Sure.
that back part of it, because I had to clear some space out, but if you take the box and you open it up, you can peel off that whole thing, and it is like that. But it's obviously got like the little like wings on it for it to be able to plug in. But thanks for the thumbs up and the heart, whoever pumped that in there. Thanks for doing that. Keep smashing the thumbs up and the heart. Yep, there is Sunterfell. So if you haven't seen, I've got some reviews of this as well as the entire. So this will be coming tomorrow. My review of the whole box, the light armor class Series 7 collection. But Sunterfell is up there on my YouTube page if you want to check that out.
Now, our friends at Jazwares, super kind, sent us a Starfighter and light armor box this month, and some of that might be going in the giveaway pile. Thanks to our
there you go, man.
Kind and generous folks over at Jazwares.
That is right.
The only thing, and I've heard a couple people mention this. I think our friend Paul talked about this last week. They don't let you know if anything's coming anymore, which is fine. I'm grateful for anything that they send, humbled to be on that list. But they don't let you know. So I will typically buy the vault drop, and then like this past week, it showed up, and I was like, oh, they messed up my order. They threw a Starfighter set in here, and then realized the next day when my order came that one of those was from Jazwares. So, you know, I guess I'm, as we talked about earlier, I'm Mr. Supported at full price, so I can't be too upset. But
yeah,
I'm buying them, and now
me too, man.
I'm getting multiples of these now, so some of that will go into the giveaway pile. But the Sunterfell, really cool. Somebody once said in the Facebook group, it looks like a TIE Interceptor they just put electrical tape on. They just put red electrical tape on a
about right.
Interceptor.
Yep.
Oh man, but cool drop. They've skipped Series 7 Scout class with these. Do we think there's any hope of them going back to Series 7 Scout class?
I think they have to. I wouldn't see why they would skip it, to be honest.
It's just getting rid of more product.
Yeah. I mean, Series 7 is what?
I believe it had the Commanders.
Oh, yeah, the yellow and the blue one or whatever.
Which is I would say that's the two more desirable color variations of the clones.
Although the yellow is like, you can't even tell. I mean, it's the yellow
light.
is so light.
It's like the Battle Droid Commanders where you can barely see it on them.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Yep.
It's a cool. The Phantom 2 is probably my favorite out of that wave.
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, cool drop. Crazy that they're getting so close. I don't know what that holds for the future. Again, something we might be able to ask them after Celebration when they hop on here with us. But it sets a interesting precedent that they are almost caught up now. Series 8, people are still finding it at Target, but not nearly as much as they were. Target kind of does this where they get one big wave across the country, and then you've got to wait several weeks before you see the next shipment start showing up in stores. I still haven't seen any Series 8 in my area yet.
Yeah, I've only seen one item. Although I wonder whether or not that isn't, intentional due to Circle Week. That, I kind of could see that happening where it's like it's going to slow down some. So anything that's going to be newish, they're going to wait.
They don't want on shelves to sell at a discounted.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Just kind of hold it. Similar to actually something that we'll take a look at here in just a second.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if anything. So this month, Yeah, we'll talk about this in a minute. This month, Vault could be interesting. We'll see. But should we
this month, as in whatever the common release that Vault is going to do, or if this is going to be like a celebration, who knows what's going to happen, and we could have
that the latter for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Let's see. You want to do the giveaway now?
Yeah, we're at an hour right now.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the giveaway now. People have been awesome. We're still growing. 150 hanging out with us right now. But for those of you who are not here just to hang out and are here to get some cool stuff, we still appreciate you and we honor your time. Let's go ahead and do this giveaway. Hashtag Vader Fools.
Hashtag Vader Fools. So we'll do like we're at 129 right now. We'll give
that's a lot of entries for how many people are watching
here.
Right now.
It could have been people too that had signed on earlier and done it and are not currently with us.
I'll tell you what hasn't happened yet. So far, every episode, the previous 5, the winner has been in chat with us still.
Yeah.
So we have not had somebody win that's not still hanging out with us.
Okay.
So I don't know if they'll have to watch it on replay or catch back up. And
here's the giveaway tool. We're going to
maybe nobody will claim
screen.
Oh,
all right.
Spoilers.
Can you see it?
I see the next slide.
The next slide. Okay. Sorry. There we go.
Hashtag Vader Fools.
All right.
We'll draw here in just a second. Hey, we've got 159 people now, 161 people watching. Let's go ahead and
we only have 3 thumbs up or hearts. So we have to get to at least 20 thumbs up or hearts before we pull the trigger on this.
You've learned from the best, haven't you? That is a very common
smash the thumbs up or heart on your
when we get to 20 thumbs up.
Yeah, or hearts, one of the two.
Which really, that's only Facebook, right? That we
is it really?
Those are only Facebook.
Oh,
things.
we don't
have
enough
quite a few
Facebook.
More.
Okay, never mind.
Than that.
All right.
And really, I don't know how many people are actually on Facebook watching this live. So
none as of right now, as I'm looking at
yeah.
This. So, all right, let's go ahead and pull the trigger then. Thanks everybody for bearing with us. I hope Steve Hines wins. That would be really funny. All right, here we go. Drawing. It's going. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen?
Now, don't be fooled by it slowing down. Scott Bogner.
Congratulations.
You still with us?
If you are, go ahead and chime in the chat. Congratulations, Scott Bogner, for winning
He is here.
Vader's Sith Interceptor. Fantastic.
Chat's moving so fast with the congrats. Congrats, Scott. If you want to reach out to
hold on a second.
Micro Galaxy Squadcast on Instagram or microgalaxysquadcast@gmail.com and shoot your info over. We will get that out to you. I wouldn't say promptly. Adelphi Rangers can probably corroborate this. I will try 169 on here now. Nice. I will try my very best to get it in the mail before the next episode. I have done that each week, each episode. It has gotten in the mail before the next episode, but I wouldn't call it timely. So hopefully you needed that, or you wanted a if you had one, you can have an opener now or one to keep boxed, but hopefully go into a good home there with Scott. Adelphi Rangers, our winner last week. It's going to show up tomorrow. Enjoy that. Nice. Biggs, was it? Was last week Biggs?
That was Biggs, yeah.
Biggs brought in over 200 people. It was big deal. Biggs deal.
Yeah. It was a Biggs deal.
The giveaways are fun, man. I feel bad for the last name before it shows the winner because it hangs on them just a little too long and you think you've won and then it breaks your heart.
You know, the funny thing is we've done these now and, you know, I haven't ever had one yet. I haven't ever had to be part of that.
Have you put your name in? Oh.
I haven't. I haven't ever been in like one of those giveaway things, the wheel spin essentially. But no, that's That's really fun. I'm glad that we're able to do that. And thank you again to the community for donating. Again, the last 3 giveaways that we've had have actually come from somebody in the community that's donated that to give away to somebody else. So,
such a cool community. It's
yeah, for
awesome.
sure.
People are having so much fun. They're just sending chases and rares to us.
Yeah.
To give away, and that's really, really cool.
That
That's
is really
so
cool.
cool.
I think everybody
Because I give
deserves an
away
open-handed high five.
Yeah, I went through most of my extras with the holiday giveaways, so my coffers are dry. They are empty.
Yeah.
For good giveaway stuff until Jazwares is now sending things. A Delphi Ranger says, if there's ever a Carson Teva, I'll donate one. A very quick aside for people who love Micro Galaxy Squadron Collector and future Squadcast squad mate here, guest host. He will be on at some point. It's tricky. He got his own TVC figure this week. Did you see that?
I saw that. That's very
Yeah,
exciting.
big news. Amazing guy, like avid collector, real collector, you know.
Yeah.
He finally got his own figure. Super happy for him. It's an all new mold. Hasbro sure made him wait 1,600 days for it, but they did him right. All new mold. It looks amazing. Black Series might be coming too. And to that I say, your move, Jazwares.
That's right. We did get a
You
hint
did a
at it
whole
a
stream with
long
him.
time ago.
Yeah, you teased him 2 years ago. You did a whole stream with him. Don't string him along. Let's get that in there. If we're gonna do a New Republic X-wing, maybe do a Carson Teva one, and not a random Skeleton Crew one. But we'll see.
Wink, wink.
Yes. So, where were we? On the thumbs up front, that is definitely just Facebook. I'm looking at mine. Mine has at least 44 or something like that. Like so.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, not.
I
people are not totally ignoring us or just straight up hate our content.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You might hate our content, or maybe you're hate watching. That's fine too.
That would be great. I've never heard of that, but you know, I love it.
Now an hour in, as we jump to the brand new product news.
77 thumbs up. So thank you everybody for throwing in some thumbs up in there.
As we gave away a brief little spoiler there, but let's jump into just a couple things before our big topic here. 2 things we'll touch on for just a second, and maybe a longer than a second. I'm sorry, but the first thing, along with these random posts that Jazwares has been doing, we mentioned it on the last episode.
Yeah.
We saw info on Obi-Wan versus General Grievous. Battle pack. No sooner did we bring up that leak on the show than just a cool 14 days later, it is in our hands.
Isn't that crazy how quickly that turnaround was? I was shocked. Yeah, here we go.
Kevin, is that what you were talking about earlier?
There it is.
That is so funny. We both got these literally as the show was starting. That's why we were 3 minutes late today. As I was outside trying to get this off the porch and unboxed before I jumped up here and sat down.
I haven't unboxed mine yet.
I'm so glad yours came. I have not unboxed mine either. All I did was pop the tape. So this is this is a live unboxing and reaction video now.
Yeah, all right. Well,
for both
I'll
of us.
do mine as well at the same time.
As we check this out. So if you're watching Kevin's review video on his site, on his page, Kevin's Microfleet, know that he already unboxed it, and he's lying if he puts it back together.
Oh, I'll put it back together. I'll put it back together.
Here we go.
I was debating here on trying to do my my video of the front of the box first before getting started. Yeah.
No lightsabers with this General Grievous. Nope. And we've got the droid from Ayla Secura. And to some people's dismay, we once again have Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And at this point, if this is getting packed in with anniversary releases for Revenge of the Sith, I'm kind of feeling like we're not getting a episode 3 Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. The one thing that is interesting, I don't like the stuff on the front of the Grievous ship, but it doesn't look as hateful as what that original picture was that we had.
Well, and two, I've seen some online same kind of way. I think the studio lighting on a lot of people's pictures, the harsh lighting, makes the silver pop. And I'm probably about to do the same thing. But looking at it in hand, in person, the silver is a lot more subdued. And you can see the purple a little bit through that silver. The darker purple makes that silver darker. So it's not quite as bright and out there as it looks in photos, which helps. It's an interesting, I'm not sure what they were going for.
Yeah.
So I would put this in the same category as we're positive guys on this on this podcast, on this channel.
Try to be
pretty positive, but I would put this deco in the category of the indoor AT-AT.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Oh no. But would you say that's
Here you go, Cole. See that? Right there.
What's happening there?
That's split.
Oh no. So mine is barely split right at the nose of that wing there. Just barely split. Like at the the tip. Just unintentional. Now, if you want to bring up the, let's see what happens if I do this. This me here. The silver, way more subdued than some of the photos would have you believe. But I do see what you're saying. Mine right here, I could probably fit a fingernail right in the front of it.
Yeah.
But I would never say that it is split.
Now, are yours? Yeah, mine's definitely split.
That's unfortunate.
I was able to snap it back in some, but are you able to get? So I was able to get the one gun up there on the side, which if you didn't know, that happens. Are you able to get yours up? Because the other side is like glued in there. I can't get that.
Unintentional innuendo number 2.
Oh man.
One is up. Two is up.
Yeah, man, that thing is like.
That hurt the fingers.
I'm gonna break this thing if I end up trying to.
Yeah, they're both up.
Okay.
One might not be up all the way. Do they pop, or do you just kind of lift them up and whenever they hit?
Well, the one lifted up super easy. The other one is like stuck.
Yeah, but both of mine seem to be max height, is what I would say. Let's check out the cockpit. Again with the tabs.
I can't.
The cockpit of this one would be a great candidate for an extra deco painted cockpit. This one would look great with a painted cockpit.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the little screen there. The handles look awesome. Now, a main difference, I should have done this, and Kevin, you might be able to grab one.
Yeah.
But the biggest difference here between this and the other release, it is just the, I guess I would call that gray or gold. The deco down the sides was a lighter color, and it was alternating each little design. This is all one color, and it does not alternate colors. Likewise, the fin on the bottom of the other one had some gray deco on it, and this one has no deco on it.
Yeah, let me see if I can grab it.
The little tail thing here. The other one has gray. This one does not. And there's one other thing, if you want to look for it, there's something else that has a little bit of extra deco on it on the old one, I believe.
Yep.
But these are painted on the bottom. You can see these two things here.
Here you go. Here's the
strip along the bottom is painted, but this design does not alternate colors, and it's a much darker color.
There you go.
Yeah,
this is the top of it.
So I think people might be on both sides of the fence on that one. The earlier release is that's really apparent. Now I'm not sure which one is more screen accurate, but one is just loud and proud, and the other one a lot more subdued. And I think there are people that might like that more subdued more subdued deco on that. But again, I don't know about you. I think any chance you have to get a slightly alternate version of a Chase and Rare out there, anybody who doesn't buy these just for the, they're scalping them or they're really tied to the investment in it. If you're just a collector because you like the toys and like the line, it's great to get these things back out there and give people another shot at them.
Agreed.
And usually I'm fine with having a slightly alternate version of them. Now I don't have the, I don't believe anybody has the Kenobi ship, right? The Chase.
Yeah. Scott might.
Unless you bought it from China.
Yeah. But
this looks nice. I really like the battle damage deco on this. There's a weird paint thing on mine, which I'm not super happy about, but
it's funny the streaking on this
deco looks nice.
The streaking on this one, does yours look like it's dotted? Let me show you. Let me pop this guy here. Okay.
Are you talking about like tiny pixels?
Yes.
Like an inkjet?
Yep.
I'm used to that. That happens on a whole lot of toy lines these days. It's just the resolution of the print that goes on there.
I don't know if you could see this.
You'll see that on some. It'll be really hard to see on camera.
Yeah.
But you see it on, even imports have that. Hasbro has that on some of them. A lot of toy lines do these days. It's just the resolution of the inkjet stuff they're doing on there. That's not like it's not like a Tampo.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is the ones that are on the wing. Well, the one side of the wing looks great. The other side doesn't look very good at all.
Yeah, I think it's just the resolution of whatever they're printing on there.
Because the streaking that they did on the shuttle Tidarium actually looked great.
It looks airbrushed, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, to me it looks airbrushed. This looks printed. Who knows? It could be they just decided to go with a different process. Maybe it's cheaper. Maybe it's more consistent. I'm sure it's more consistent. But yeah, it.
Okay, nice.
Definitely.
No, it's cool.
So the badges, you can see with the badges on the ship, they are, I guess, Tampo.
Yeah.
Because there's no pixelation in those.
Yeah, no, it looks good. I think for the Interceptor, I'm really pumped that we got the blue one. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting the green Anakin to round it out.
We'll see. Target.
I know, that would be nice.
A multi-pack of getting some of those back out there, maybe even Vader's. It's cool. I like the deco. I think a lot of people already have these in hand. People had these like 2 days later somehow, which is nuts. But I'm glad we got those. I'll show off somebody mentioned that they're not even sure if they have an art team anymore. They definitely do still have an art team. It's just they since Series 6, I think, they've gone to only the larger and exclusive packaging has specific art in it now. and I think that's from a time. That's just a time sync kind of thing where they can pump out things faster from a manpower or woman power. Shout out to Olivia. Perspective. I think where they're devoting their time, and then where how often they have to get approvals. You don't have to get packaging approvals on that art every single ship, every single wave. So they're saving time, money, wasting back and forth approval time on that. I love the art. So, you know, I'm a little bummed out by it, but I don't, if I was going to pitch a fit and bring it back on something, it would most certainly be the Scout class boxes.
Yeah, man.
That would be where I focused my rage on the packaging.
Yeah. There's no like appeal to picking that up. And when you go by and if you didn't know if it was a Series 8 case, the only way for you to identify it is that you have the PDQ.
Yeah.
If you don't have that and they're just sitting there on the shelves, which some of them are.
Yeah, I think it's going to affect sales for sure.
Yeah.
Now,
yes.
No episode 3 collection. But we do know that there's more of these coming. So even if it's not officially named as such, there will be a couple more of these sets.
Yeah. And I do like that they actually have that
$27.99.
media source. Yeah, they have the media source on there. That is a cool added feature to it. And they could totally do that and do away with the series type of stuff for some of these things too.
How do you feel about the price? $27.99 MSRP or whatever that's what they're selling it for here at the beginning.
$27.99. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
I mean, that's
probably you sell more at $19.99, but
100%. But I mean, that's you're almost at retail for 2 ships there, you know. I think.
Yeah, you've got one starfighter and one light armor class vehicle in that. So you got
no new molds.
15 and a 13.
It's nice to get the Chasing the Rib back out, but I do wish that these sets had some kind of new tooling to make it a little more enticing, not just different deco, but if they could have added in a different figure. Say this was the set where they brought out episode 3 Obi as a new mold. That's that like extra, you know. I think that you know is the extra spark that some people need to jump out there and pick it up.
Yeah, no number on the front of it.
Yeah, no number.
Piece.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, who knows? It may be because of the way they're doing sets now or exclusives.
Yeah,
but yeah, kind of interesting.
DC Metro, what are you going to do with your gigantic list of all the numbers now? It's going to have to be like a, you know, asterisk number or something. Yeah, sorry, continue.
While we're on the topic of random sets coming out, something popped up the last couple weeks.
It did.
That's interesting. And even further back than the last couple weeks, there have been signs of something happening with these pesky Chinese eBayers that seem to find things somehow. I don't know. You know, I don't know how these things pop up and how they do what they do, but they do pop up. And while I don't support it, I will report it.
That was a good rhyme. That was a good.
That just happened. That just happened.
Did you come up with that right off the top of your head?
It did. Yeah, that's the Celsius kicking in right now. The Celsius I pounded right before we went live is kicking in.
I was gonna say I don't see that on our notes sheet.
No, it just came to me. So
that's great.
If we want to pull this up, we've been seeing signs of Hoth reprints showing up on eBay.
This looks
our boy
so
Scott
awesome.
bought about 50 snow troopers. 50 snow troopers from China, which is weird to have that many on hand at this point in the line. Bells going off, little bells going off. We've seen a couple ATSTs in listings pop up, and they are not the warm gray brown tinged
Dude,
ATSTs that we're used
this
to.
looks so
This is
awesome.
very, very gray, very, very washed. And if you notice the back corner, very, very battle damaged. So this is not one that has been released. And eagle-eyed viewers here might notice that beside this ATST, in this newest listing, a snow speeder that we do not have. It looks very similar to the one from the Hoth battle pack that was on the vault. Amazing set, one of my favorites. But this is painted just like what we've included here. Sorry, audio listeners. I've got an image of the like screen use prop model for Wedge's snowspeeder. And this new one seems to exactly, even down to the battle damage deco on this, it looks exactly like Wedge's snowspeeder. So, you know, all these little things showing up, popping up. My guess is we are about to see another Hoth set of some sort. Now, will there be another AT-AT in it? I don't know. Maybe.
Man, I'm so pumped for this.
But this looks great. The color on this ATST is amazing. It's the perfect shade of gray. I love that now we'll have a couple extra with battle damage to mix things up. Listen, another snow speeder. Okay, I've got a lot, but this one's different enough to now you've got your standard one with Luke. You've got one with orange markings, but less deco from the Hoth set. And now you can add this that has the orange deco plus extra paneling and damage on it. I never loved the massive splash of battle damage that was on the other one, that huge black area.
Yeah.
So right around the corner, I believe we'll be seeing a set that these are all kind of pointed to. My guess is some kind of exclusive. Armada ATST, that would make sense if they are if they're rerunning ATSTs for a battle pack like this. Makes a lot of sense. They just run them for another Armada thing at the same time.
Yep, just don't hit them with that black battle damage on it.
We've seen that over and over again.
So great to see that color. When I first saw that and I sent that to you guys, I was like, dude, because I'm going to end up doing a relatively large Hoth diorama. And so I do need a bunch of snow speeders. So I picked a bunch up back in series 2, and they're okay. But again, you got like the red dot on the helmet versus the whatever. And then the brown wash on it just doesn't look very good. And so, having that, having the Armada snowspeeder that just came out, when they went on clearance, I was like, man, give me as many as I can because I want to get rid of the other brown ones so that I can use and now we got this one coming. Like, come on, man, just bring them on.
Now, if this has an AT-AT packed in, do you think we could see a severely battle damaged AT-AT for the Dios?
Dude, that would be awesome. One that's like really smashed up, the head smashed up, or the front
up under it, have its butt in the air. Yep. I would take that.
Awesome.
I love the AT-AT is one of my favorite releases they've done. It's amazing. I'm not jonesing to pick up another one and have a lot more space taken up, but that would have me do it right there.
Yeah, no, I've got
it was like severely battle damaged, and you could do that downward dog AT-AT, as a Delphi Ranger says.
Yeah, I've got 5 of them up there. Is it 5 or 6?
That's a lot. I do not have 5, but I believe I have 1.
I've got 6
of each the 3 that have come out.
Yeah.
So that's fun. A little bit of new stuff on the horizon.
For sure.
And something that maybe we'll find out about at Celebration. Jazwares has been on a streak here.
They have been on a streak.
All kinds of things from their social media accounts, not on a podcast or anything. But blowing up Instagram with a picture. And one of these reveals this past week, the Celebration exclusive.
Yeah.
So
the interesting choice, but amazing packaging. Man, like that packaging looks so sick. That makes me want to get it just for that.
As always, shout out to the incredible packaging and art team because this is really, really cool. And I hear the inside is amazing. I can't wait to see the inside. I'm not sure why they wouldn't have shown that in these photos. I wish they had shown that off, but maybe we'll see that at some point before it's actually revealed.
Yeah,
But
I'd like to see a little more of a close up of the figure and the droid
are you a
too.
big Visions guy? Did you watch Visions?
I have watched Visions. Some of them are great and some of them are horrible.
That's how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do remember this episode somewhat. I didn't rewatch
I
it
do.
before this show, but I do
Yep.
remember that there's the sister and the
Sister and the
crazy
brother. They fight
Sith
in
stuff.
space
Yeah.
on top of the Star Destroyers
Yep.
and
Yep.
yep.
Really insane episode, just visually and
Mhm.
creatively. Now this is really out of left field, but cool for Celebration Japan. I'm wondering how much this was a push by Lucasfilm
Mm.
because we've seen Hasbro's also done a Visions
Yeah,
exclusive
man,
for
that
their
looks
release.
really cool too.
It
That
does
looks
look
really
really cool.
cool.
I can't remember the samurai and his droid.
Yeah, the samurai and his droid. That
Um,
samurai is awesome. That
really
was one of
cool.
my favorites.
Really cool.
With the umbrella lightsaber. Do you remember that
Uh-huh.
thing?
It's really
That was,
creative.
like, intense.
And then Hot Toys has a stormtrooper with a kimono and cherry blossoms everywhere.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Deco, pretty interesting. So I feel like Lucasfilm has them leaning very, very hard into this Japan theme, which is
Mhm.
great. It's really, really cool. It makes for really unique exclusives this time around. Um,
Yeah,
I think this is looks like a new droid mold as well, right?
it is, yeah.
So we are getting something new here
Mhm.
and a new character mold. So
Yep.
that's new. The art's amazing. I'm not the biggest Visions guy. This episode was fine to me.
Mhm.
Um, but it is really, really cool. I'd love to see more pictures of it from different angles, things like that.
Yeah.
A couple interesting things on this.
Mhm.
This is the first Celebration exclusive that Jazzwares has done, correct? The other ones have been SDCC. Previously,
Mm,
Celebration, I believe, was only a random.
just a reveal, like a
No,
major reveal.
they brought random blind boxes.
Okay.
First year, just a indoor scout trooper. Second year, I can't remember what London was, but
Yeah,
same.
London was the big reveal where they went through, like, series,
Right, but
4,
the
5, and 6
giveaway,
or
what they were
whatever.
doing there, I think was only a scout. The exclusives have been Anakin with the stat, maybe DC Metro says,
Mm.
but they've been just normal releases in a scout box, and they bring a bunch of them. This is the first proper exclusive
Oh,
Celebration
yes,
release
yes,
they've
yes,
done.
yes. That's what they
Um,
just put the celebration sticker on this
yeah,
because I
yep,
remember Katie getting that
yeah,
and being like,
um,
"Yes," and R2, whatever.
yeah. So, it's really cool. It's interesting. This is not one of 500. This is one of 3,000.
Mhm,
And the StarWars.com article that was running through some of the exclusives
mhm.
definitely refers to it as a first to market exclusive.
Yeah, which is
So
interesting.
one of 3,000 is a lot. I don't know if all those are going to, um, I don't know if maybe the packaging is exclusive
Mhm.
and this box with this cool art style and looks like it opens up. It actually looks very similar to the indoor um,
Let me go back to
packaging,
that.
right?
Um,
Where we've got it looks very similar to the indoor packaging where we've got our Velcro front that opens up to do a reveal.
yeah, I can't tell whether or not that's gonna be like an opening the whole thing opens. It does look like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's split down the middle where you would open half, you know what I mean? It does look like you
No, I
open
think
the
I
whole
think that
thing.
whole window opens up with Velcro.
Yeah.
Like the indoor thing did,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like a book.
Yep.
Um, if I was a betting man, I don't know if these will be all 3,000 at the show, but
Mhm.
the first to market thing makes me feel like as a if I were to put money on it, I would say that ship in that packaging, Celebration exclusive.
Mhm.
That ship in more standard, cheaper packaging, probably a Vault exclusive or something like that, maybe.
You think so? You don't think that they would do, like,
The
kinda
same,
like they
like
did with the
half there, half on Vault?
Yeah, and maybe
I
doing it
don't
with
think
the
they'd call it a first
Celebration
to market
sticker,
exclusive. I don't
you
know.
know?
That's just what I'm feeling. That's what my gut's telling me, that
Mm.
the packaging might be exclusive to just Celebration, and
Mhm.
we'll get just standard like a standard bubble and card for Vault. Or, maybe surely they don't make it a rare or a chase in mainline,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
that's what it seems like if you're talking about it being a first to market. First to market,
Yeah.
what we've had so far has been the V19 and
Mhm.
the, Silencer, and those came out in another wave just as a common class vehicle. I couldn't imagine them bringing this out as a common.
Yeah. It's really cool. It looks great. The packaging to me is the nicest part of it. It
Yeah.
you know, uh, me being not super into visions, even though, I've been known to watch an anime or 2, but
Mhm.
not the biggest, diehard of visions. It's fine.
Mhm.
It's cool. I think the packaging and the whole everything that goes with it is really the what the selling point is there.
Mhm. Yeah. I would agree. For sure.
As we speed through, we got a couple other, drops from, uh, Jazwares this week last
Yes, we
week.
did.
Series 9,
Dude,
obviously, they're gonna
the best. The best.
obviously, they're gonna have Series 9 reveals there. My guess is Series 9 will be at the show with, uh, product in the at the booth,
Mhm.
for us to check out. They revealed, a teaser of sorts with the lineup in these, the ink blot, style that all the
Mhm.
art from, Celebration this year has had, and we can see a vague outline of Scout class
Yep.
and then the light armor here, and we see what, what our regular viewers have already heard us chat about.
Mhm.
The TIE Defender, obviously the TIE Defender, coming to the line probably this
Yeah.
summer, and not 1, but 2 TIE Defenders.
2 of them. Yeah, I
But
think that
if we wanna take a second to focus, we'll just
Yeah,
go
yeah,
down
yeah.
the line here and start on Scout class.
Okay. Do it.
Interesting that, 3 of these are almost the exact same outline. Now, I
Actually,
don't know.
4 of them are.
Right,
The
the
chase
one
is
at
the
the end there.
same. Yeah.
I don't know if these have to be the exact outline of what's gonna be in the line in this
Yeah.
wave.
Sure.
They could have just thrown something similar in there. That's kinda my guess. One of these, obviously Ahsoka there at the end, though. That 4th one is obviously Ahsoka.
Yep.
And then we've got what looks like a, the 3rd use of the kinda hover cannon
The hover
potentially there. Do we
cannon?
think that might be the hover cannon?
Oh,
The
really?
rare?
I thought that that was gonna be that looked like to me, it looked like a sidecar bark, but maybe
Is that what
I'm
you see?
looking at that wrong.
This is
Hold
like
on a second.
the test, the ink blot the actual ink blot test.
Yeah, let me pull that
Is it
picture
is
up
it
again.
is it
Hold
is
on
it
a
a bark
second.
with a sidecar? Is that what you think it is?
That's what I
It might
thought
be.
initially when I looked at it, but give me a second here to pull this
Yeah,
up.
it definitely could be that. I see that now too.
Um, Gosh, that is really hard to say. It it could be either, to be honest, because yeah, I mean, based on how it looks like I'm zooming in on it here on in the background, and it could be the Canon
Yeah. I'm
E-Web.
so not to throw any shade, but just looking at actual real data, this says collector's guide. They recently released the Series 8 collector's guide that we didn't put in the show this episode, but they technically have not had one 100% accurate since Series 3, and that has still continued through the new Series 8 one. I think they could just be using similar silhouettes. I don't know that these silhouettes have to match. Series 7 guide is what DC Metro says. Maybe I'm thinking Series 7. That is true. It's Series 7 because the tie whispers are flipped.
Yeah.
The images. So who knows? It's cool. I love that they're doing this. Scout class, fun. Light armor is what we're all here for. We've got to get these in stores. Retailers have to pick this up. These are going to go so fast on Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, these things are going to fly. I bet I'm going to see our comments all day of like, out of stock. Nope. Not even
Constantly.
there. Was it ever there?
Refresh.
Yeah. It's going to be frustrating. I hope it looks great. I'm very interested to see the actual product at Celebration, not in person, but the promo shots. I think they have the potential to be able to do something really special because there's a lot of love for the TIE Defender. Action Fleet collectors love the TIE Defender. A lot of love for it. Rebels fans love the TIE Defender. We've got a chase version, which we believe is Volt Scarus from Rebels. Very, very, very cool. Now the Cloud Car potentially popping back up here.
Yep.
Have we seen the Cloud Car on new Walmart listings?
No, I have not seen that.
Walmart,
but that does look like it.
Walmart, and we talked about this last episode. Walmart continues to be very, very interesting and really close, but they have not been 100%.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that there's a little bit of surprises in here. Cloud Car finally making its reappearance in an actual wave here 4 series later with one pilot still.
I know. It was so funny. As soon as I saw this image, as soon as I saw this image with the one pilot, I was like, here come the comments of everybody saying
we're going to hear about it all through the summer. Now through the summer, I think we'll hear about it.
Yep.
It's unfortunate. I wish they could have found a way in the budget to add another one in there.
Agreed.
We've got an Armada here, and Revenge of the Sith is coming out. We just got Anakin. Sure makes sense that they'd put Obi-Wan back out, right? So we've got Obi-Wan coming out just past the re-release of Revenge of the Sith. It is what it is.
Yeah.
The A-Wing, Kevin, you might remember from our discussions of the Walmart listings. Hey, it could be wrong. It could be something totally different, and the Walmart was not right about this. But I do think this is probably what we saw at Walmart.
Yeah, agreed. Although I wish and this is one, like we've talked about this now for the past couple series, I really wish they flipped that, man. I mean, if you're talking about the difference between the two, a TIE Defender, man, you're going to sell so many TIE Defenders.
Yeah, this has happened several times now where I'm a little confused. Who's choosing what's rare and what's chase?
Yeah.
Flip these around.
That seems like such a stupid idea. I hope it's a mistake like we've had with some of the other guides.
Again, this could be not true. It could be, we've seen stuff in here not be accurate. So who knows what it's actually going to end up being. But Ezra in his trainer A-Wing is what we believe this is based on the Walmart listings.
Yeah.
There's a 99.8% chance that this is still the same mold. And that is the first time and not the last time you'll hear that statement on a Rebels ship in Series 9.
Gosh, I just really hope at some point in the history of this line
You
that
got to
they
do it.
do an actual A-wing. Like,
Resell it. Resell us all the same ones over again. We'll do it.
exactly.
We'll eat it. We'll
Why
just
would you not do that?
yeah.
But
So I'm super excited about this. It's a bummer that light armor is going to be kind of hard to come by with this wave,
mhm.
but just keep your eye on social media here in a couple months, and hopefully these pre-orders are numerous on Amazon. All that stock can just go to Amazon. I'm fine with that. Maybe it'll go to Jazwares or the Vault.
Mhm.
That would be great. Sell us that A-wing again. But last week they dropped the next image,
Boom.
and we see some more familiar things from Series 5. The ATDP rearing its beautiful face once again from the Series 5 celebration reveal that was not to be.
Yeah, kind of wild to see
Two
that it's
pilots.
actually starfighter class. I would have thought that that would have been light armor.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of plastic in those legs. I don't know.
Yeah. Although it should be much taller than the
It should
ATST.
be, yeah. Two pilots. Now, do we want to guess what's coming with this? Do we think it's the? I'll tell you what I think it is,
Yeah.
and what I wish it was, and you can tell me what your thoughts on this.
Yep.
My guess is this comes with two of the exact same mold that we had with the combat driver from the blind box with the
Mhm.
AVA speeder.
Mhm.
I would love for this to come with one combat pilot and one cadet, Imperial cadet mold.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think it could. It definitely could, because you could
I
also
would
just
love that.
repaint
Or
that.
McGoober says Agent Callus. Hey, that'd be an
That would be
amazing way to
sweet.
sneak somebody like that into one of these in a
Yeah,
mold.
right. We gotta
Um,
get Thrawn in here somehow too.
I know. Any way we can get Thrawn in there, maybe maybe we'll have a third Vault exclusive TIE Defender that has
You can
Thrawn in it.
do another TIE Defender. There are 3 different versions of it.
Yeah,
There's the
I would
red
love
and the
that.
yellow. There's actually 4 versions of it. You could do the red, the yellow, and you could do the red battle damage one when Ezra and Sabine are flying that thing and they get destroyed.
Um,
Yes.
TIE
Sorry.
Bomber
TIE Bomber. There it is.
coming
It's so
back.
funny when the image popped up, I was like, "Oh man, are we getting a battle damage Vader?" Because that's
Several
kind of what
people
it looks
thought
like.
that. Yeah, no, yeah, several people thought that you were not alone in that. I actually, for a second, was thinking of the TIE Advance prototype,
Mm,
and I was like, "Man, they made that look kind of strange." And then it dawned on me, "Oh yeah, this is the Armada. This is the TIE Bomber we were talking about a couple episodes ago."
yeah.
So don't pay crazy money for a TIE Bomber. It's
Mhm.
coming back out. It's going to be glorious. I hope they keep the plastic the same color. I liked the bluer color of the original one.
Yeah.
It would be nice if it was the same color. I really liked that. But yeah, fleet build these. It's going to be great. This is the best option for Armada in the line so far, I think.
Agreed.
And I feel like getting any kind of original trilogy love in there at this point. We've covered a lot of ground
Mhm.
so far. So getting the Cloud Car in there, getting the TIE Bomber back out there,
Yep.
anytime we can get original trilogy stuff back in there is amazing. Now, the other ship here,
Mhm.
many have noted, certainly looks like the Headhunter.
Yes. That does look like the Headhunter. That is for sure a Headhunter. I mean, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
out on a limb and say that's definitely a
yeah.
Headhunter because it's only got the one laser cannon on it.
Mm-hmm.
But the rare looks like that doesn't look like a standard X-wing. That looks like a T-70, and it looks like we've got a BB-8
Definitely a
in that
BB unit. And
image.
again, this is where things get a little confusing and a little surprising from the
Mhm.
Walmart listings we've seen. Because we've heard we've seen listings for a Jedi Survivor Headhunter. We've seen rumblings of the Poe Headhunter.
Yep.
Neither of those a common release. So,
yeah,
super interesting.
Yeah, Z95 with Poe as the rare, and then Hera's B-Wing as the chase.
And then, again, the Walmart listings are awesome. It gives us like kind of a taste of what's coming, and some of it's right, some of it's not. This seems to be something where it is not correct.
Agreed.
And
it doesn't look great.
I'm ecstatic we're getting the Headhunter as a common. That's great. My question is, who comes with it? Is it the Jedi Survivor version? Is it now, the other day I was thinking might be kind of a cool way to do this common release is the deco is very, very similar to the one that's out now. And it comes with just your standard clone pilot and not a named clone pilot. I want to say Warthog.
Yep.
Is that right? It is with the rare that's hitting stores now. I think it would be cool to have the named with the extra. You're getting that named pilot with the extra deco on there. Kind of interesting. And then we've got a ship that's similar deco from Clone Wars with just a standard clone pilot as the common. I think that's a cool way to do that. We'll find out, I guess, what they're actually doing. But
yeah, if those images that are on there, if those silhouettes are reasonably close to what the item actually is,
again,
then
who knows?
If they are, that does look like just a clone pilot. That doesn't look like Poe, versus the X-Wing one does look like Poe and BB-8 as the rare. And then if I zoom in, because I've got this image up in the background, I'm zooming in here on the ATDP. That does look like two separate molds for those figures. Yeah.
Hey, I would love that. That's my like pipe dream on that. I'm not expecting that. But one pilot and one cadet would be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
And just keep Jazwares has been serving Rebels fans since day one. Now it's been rares and chases, but nobody has given us as cool a stuff consistently from Rebels as Jazwares has been doing.
Yeah.
And over on that, so do we think that that's somebody mentioned it could be a hollow Poe? Do we think they do a hollow Poe, a hologram Poe?
It would be weird to make that as the rare and Hera's B-Wing as the chase, because the hologram one makes sense as the chase.
99.8% sure that is the original mold and not a new one on a Rebel ship with the B-Wing.
Yes, that looks like, again, same thing.
They're not going to make
silhouette looks like it's going to be the standard.
If they've done this with the A-Wing, what they've done, we're not getting a new mold for just the Blade Wing or whatever that is.
Yeah, exactly.
But how many ships is this from Rebels? Like
a lot.
3 or 4 of these are from Rebels. I mean, we've got 2. We've got Ezra. We've got 2 of the defenders. We've got the D-Wing, and we've got the ATDP. At least 5 of these are from Rebels. It's absolutely insane. I love it. And who knows what the Scout class has? So
1, 2, 3.
5 of Series 9 is Rebels love. It's amazing. And then we get our first actual promo shot over here, not marked out for some reason, of the Arc. And now you see here 2 named characters with this one and a droid. I think people were kind of hoping for at least 3 troopers.
Okay, gotcha. All right, let's see what it says. Okay, Arc 170 with clone pilot something ball?
Oddball.
Okay, oddball. And clone navigator M5, maybe? Can't really read it.
And oddball, pretty famous pilot.
And then and A4C7 or something.
Jag.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
gotcha. Jag. Can you see that better on your end?
It's cool. We've got two.
Yeah.
We've got two named clones here that will have original, their own deco on the helmets.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I wish they could have thrown in just one more pilot or even another clone, but by the looks of it, maybe we're about to get a whole lineup of clones in Scout class. So who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And I hope we see another version of this as a store exclusive or vault exclusive.
Yeah.
With other pilots or figures, just to add to this. If they've got this mold, why not?
Dude.
I think the other one probably sold pretty well. Let's redo it with the Rancor on it.
Mm-hmm. The Tiger Shark.
Yeah. So
Tiger Shark Rancor.
We've seen quite a bit from Celebration now.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see what they feed us this week.
I know. When have they been coming out? Has it been somewhat random?
It has been very random. It's been on Wednesdays. It's been on Thursdays. It's been in the morning. It's been in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
No rhyme or reason that I can find. And whenever I get doing something really important, that's when it drops, Kevin.
Mm-hmm. So
whenever I'm doing something super important,
man.
I've got to make up a bathroom excuse and run, get on the phone and start posting away.
Yep.
All right. That was a lot to cover.
It was a lot more than I was expecting.
Yeah, they keep doing it. They're dropping all these things left and right. We are going to run through the next two sections.
Yep.
As we do sometimes, we zoom out from the micro galaxy of Star Wars and take a brief look at the let's just call it the macro Star Wars galaxy.
Okay.
A couple things to note about this. Tickets for Revenge of the Sith go live on April 14th. And Kevin, popcorn buckets are all the rage these days. The kids love the popcorn buckets.
Man. They look sweet.
And apparently now they love weird cups. Drinking out of Vader's head.
Oh, nice.
What do you think they're drinking out of Vader's head there? Is that a rum and Coke you can fit in there?
Yeah, whatever they can pour in there.
So I'm sure there'll be others, but yeah, tickets go on sale the 14th. I will be seeing this again. I don't know about you, Kevin.
Yeah, geez, this is the 14th of this month.
Yeah, I will. That's when they go on sale. I think it releases at the end of the month. I will be buying the Matt Ferguson print from this movie that you can kind of see on the popcorn bucket they've been using for the new poster. I have most of the ones that he's done for Star Wars re-releases. Big fan of his work. I just got a Transformers poster that he did. He ran a sale on. But big fan of his work. Get your tickets. It's going to be fun. Any chance to see them on the big screen, I'll do it. People love popcorn buckets. I saw a picture this week of new popcorn buckets at the Disney parks. A guy walking around with about 25 of these Death Star popcorn buckets over his shoulder. Walking out of the park, just scalping those things like it's his job.
That probably is his job.
Second thing, CinemaCon. I don't know if you're familiar with CinemaCon, but it is going on right now. So we will see tons of movie news this week. Disney goes up Thursday afternoon at CinemaCon. Mando and Grogu will be something they mention. I don't know what we'll see from it. We've seen the new logo, the official logo. I keep praying they're going to change this name, and I don't think it's going to happen. Not a big fan of the name, but Mandalorian and Grogu, we could see a behind the scenes reel or some set photos, something like that. I think they'll save the real good stuff for Celebration.
You're talking about change the name from Mandalorian and Grogu to something different?
I was hoping that was a working title and that we would get something better. It is one of the least creative things imaginable.
That's kind of like Obi-Wan and
yeah, I mean,
Ahsoka.
think movies back in theaters. We
Mm-hmm.
haven't had a movie in theaters since Micro Galaxy's been around. That'll be super fun.
Is that true?
Yeah. When did the last movie was Rise of Skywalker in like 2019 or something like that, right?
Well, we got Force Awakens is 10. So
Fact checked us here, but I believe like 2019 was Rise of Skywalker or something like that. So it's been quite a
you're
while since
15,
we've had
17, 19.
The Line came out 3 years ago, and we certainly haven't had a movie in the last 3 years.
Right.
We have only had Mandalorian and Disney Plus shows since The Line's been going on. So it'll be fun to have a new movie in theaters.
Rise of Skywalker was 2019.
Yeah.
Right?
And one last little thing to note. We have entered April, and we are now 3 weeks away from Andor.
Man, that looks awesome.
Yeah. And my guess is people at Celebration will get to watch the first couple episodes. And there's always a tiny, tiny chance that they release those first episodes early like they did with Kenobi. We'll see.
Yeah, that would be cool. It looks great.
Yeah. Kevin.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Let's shine a spotlight on the community for a couple seconds here.
Let's do it.
Every episode, we shine a spotlight on cool things going on in the MGS community, customs, videos, displays, and of course, your photography. You can send in submissions anytime on Instagram or at microgalaxysquadcast@gmail.com. The first image you have pulled up is none of those things. It is a photo that I've got sent, and I've seen in the Facebook group of a Tsum Tsum display. We were talking earlier about the weird little blind box type things that they have on the shelves now. This is certainly one of those. And
that's weird. I've never
seen
the
Facebook group have been grabbing these. This is a Stormtrooper Tsum Tsum that you can feel around the bag and feel the display. And it's a great hallway that is the perfect size for MGS figures.
Huh.
This is from Camaro B_Customs. Camaro B Customs sent this one in. It's really, really cool.
That's fascinating.
I've seen people line them up. It's the Stormtrooper. You can like feel around the bag and feel that the hallway's in there.
Mm-hmm.
And people are now lining these up and putting their micro figures in the hallway. I love it.
Love it.
And that's great custom work on the R2. That's a really, really good one. I'm sure on the shelf from a distance, that looks like amazing.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. We appreciate you sending that in. Someone else who sent in a photo over the past 2 weeks is Luis Angel Enriquez. Sent this in just like you can do. His photography of the TIE Fighter. Lots of effects going on. I really like this.
When you sent this over to me to pump this in here,
you thought it was a video game?
Yeah. I was like, what is this? I didn't realize
it could be a screen behind it that has a shot on it, kind of like from a video game. And that's how they did it.
Either way, I mean, it looks awesome.
But a really, really cool shot. Glad he sent that over. If you ever have some photos you're proud of, I can't guarantee they'll be in the show, but there's a good chance that they will. Thanks for those two chaps for sending in submissions.
Yeah,
Kevin, you have one update on your display you'd like to throw in there as well, right?
I do. I sincerely appreciate this, the members from this community, because last week I was talking through my display and the problem I was running into with the grass for my Naboo scene right there in the middle.
I remember this, yeah.
And as soon as I said it, I got blown up by a couple people. Michael S. and then also Steve Hines sent over some stuff, and we're like, man, this is where to go to get it. So went on Amazon, picked it up, and
do you have a close-up of this?
I don't have a close-up of it yet.
It looks like you've rolled on a sheet.
Yeah, it's like a It is like a
Like a
diorama grass.
okay. It looks like
Yeah.
micro astroturf, basically.
Kind of, but it's not quite AstroTurf. It's like, have you ever seen like the little small tufts that you can put on like minifigures on the bases, like little tufts of grass?
Uh-huh. For
It's
like
like that.
tabletop gaming, that kind of thing.
Correct. Yeah. It's almost exactly like that. Yeah. It's a
Okay.
roll, and just cut it to size. It makes an absolute mess. An
Oh, really?
absolute mess. Yeah.
The little
Because
stuff as you cut it falls off, falls away.
yeah, they're like individual pieces that are glued on somehow. So, yeah, you definitely have to make sure that you're doing it on top of a place where you can easily vacuum it up. Um,
Y
but
For a
yeah, it turned out
lot of
great.
applications, this would look silly.
Hmm.
For the heavily and obviously VFXed Naboo fields,
Yeah.
it is perfect.
Yep.
It's so green, it's so perfect.
It is. It does look
That's
great.
that's awesome. I love somebody, like, sent that in right after the episode.
Yeah. Now, if anybody has an idea of how to get my figures to stand on this stupid thing, that would be great.
Mm,
Because I typically use like some
tack.
blue tack,
Yep.
but it doesn't work on that. So as soon as I stand them on them, they'll tip over. So
And does it
I
pull
have
some of the green stuff with it, with the
it
tack?
doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay.
Fortunately, it just kind of like, but even if you set it on top of it, because they're all like bristles standing straight up,
Yeah.
like, it needs something that's gonna stick down in it to hold them, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, but either
Very,
way.
very cool. Just we'll just do a diorama update.
Yeah,
Every 2 weeks,
that's
you've gotta
every
get
2
something
weeks.
updated so we can keep, we can
Keep it
keep
going.
doing an update on it.
I
We'll just
know.
watch it as time goes on.
That's right.
Any videos you've got coming up in the next couple weeks you'll be working on? Obviously, this
Yeah.
Kenobi and
Yep.
Grievous battle pack you probably got.
Kenobi Grievous Battle Pack, I'll probably do that here over the next couple days, and then I've got, the Series 7 collection that I'll be posting hopefully tomorrow, and then Cobra Commander later this week too,
Yeah.
so, a little something
And you
outside
and
of it.
you recently, posted Soonterfell.
Yep,
Yep.
Soonterfell and, the Destroyed Whisper. So, those are up.
Very, very cool.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you for everybody that watches it and for people that comment on it as well.
Topics, community spotlight, feedback, support, anything you wanna send us, Instagram, Micro Galaxy Squadcast, or email at microgalaxysquadcast@gmail.com. We promise coming up soon, we will have some super fun people on, including hopefully Paul will be able to get on here with us soon. And Jazwares once the celebration craziness is over with. Now, the way these episodes line up, I'm just going to pull our old schedule up here.
Yeah, let's
We'll
do
be
it.
back in 2 weeks on the 15th, tax day. We're April Fool's Day. We'll be back on tax day.
Mhm.
To remind you guys to get that stuff submitted. And then the next weekend is celebration. So I'm thinking, yeah, we need to get Adam back on too. He was fun to have on. We'll always, the door is always open for Adam to jump back on with us.
Yep.
Um, that next weekend is celebration where we know there's going to be a lot of news. So let's chat about if the possibility of maybe hopping on that Tuesday or over the weekend and just do a short episode hitting some of those reveals from celebration.
Yeah.
I think we might
This
have a
is
special episode just covering all the stuff from celebration. We also might have content from some of the Squadcast friends that are there. I believe Paul will be there toying around. Yoko will be there as well. So we'll be getting stuff hopefully from a couple people at Jazwares, maybe sending us some pics and info and things like that. So we will have content and we would love to get it to you in a relatively timely manner.
yes. We
So
will.
I'm excited. We'll probably get another tease this week, but then it'll be time. It is fast approaching. As always, thank you guys in the chat for hanging around for 2 hours with us.
For sure.
So
Thanks.
fun. We didn't pass the Bigs was a big draw, I think, Kevin. People were here for the Bigs love last time. Maybe we did a better job of promoting it last week, but we still hit high hundreds for this. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. All the positivity, all the love, chatting with us here. It's a blast. I enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Kevin, it's fun to talk toys with you.
Yes, it is. Always.
We'll see you guys on tax day.
Tax day. Look out. Everybody get your taxes done.
Until then, what will we be doing, Kevin?
I don't know.
We'll be squadding
out. Softball.
We'll be squadding out.
We'll be squadding out. Oh, that was a good little lead into the sign off there. I didn't see that.
I tried. I served it up. I served the softball up for you.
And I totally whiffed on that one. All right, let's try it again. Okay, go.
Tax day. Our next episode, April 15th.
Everybody get your taxes done.
But until then, what will we be doing?
I don't know, Cole. What are we going to be doing?
Squadding out.
Squadding out.